One of the biggest mistakes women make in dating is believing that moving quickly creates connection. It doesn't. It creates attachment. And those two things are not the same. Now, before anybody gets upset, let me validate something. When women move quickly, it's rarely because they're foolish. It's usually because they're hopeful. They've met someone they genuinely like. They feel chemistry. They feel excitement. They feel possibility. And because they want love, they accelerate the process. More texting, more phone calls, more dates, more emotional investment, more access. The problem is that your heart often starts attaching long before your eyes have gathered enough evidence. And after coaching thousands of women, I've noticed something fascinating. The women who get commitment the fastest are rarely the women who rush. They're the women who stay objective long enough to see clearly. Today, I want to show you why going slow isn't about playing games. It's about protecting your ability to make good decisions. And if you're serious about learning how to attract commitment-ready men and avoid wasting years on the wrong ones, I've put together a free step-by-step training inside the House of Swans. The link is below. Now, let's begin. Your brain falls in love before your eyes open. One of the reasons women struggle to go slow is because attraction immediately starts telling stories. He remembers your coffee order. He's kind to the waiter. He asks thoughtful questions. He sends a good morning text, and suddenly your brain starts filling in the blanks. Now he's emotionally available. Now he's husband material. Now he's going to be a wonderful father. Now he is different from all the others. But here's the problem. You don't know that. Your brain is simply doing what brains do. It's creating a complete picture from incomplete information. This is called the halo effect. You see one thing you like and unconsciously assume the other positive qualities must exist too. Ladies, attraction is a wonderful servant, but a terrible investigator. You are not evaluating him. You are evaluating a fantasy version of him. And that fantasy becomes very expensive when reality eventually arrives. Attraction fills in blanks that reality hasn't earned yet. And this is where many women get tricked, because what feels like certainty is often just chemistry. Chemistry is not compatibility. This is one of the hardest lessons for women to learn, because chemistry feels so convincing. Your heart races. You think about him constantly. You can't wait for his next text. You miss him after one date and you feel alive around him. And because the feeling is so intense, you assume the connection is meaningful. But intensity and compatibility are not the same thing. In fact, some of the strongest chemistry you will ever experience came from people who were completely wrong for you. I had a client choosing between two men. One offered consistency, stability, effort, progression. The other offered butterflies, excitement, charm, uncertainty. She was obsessed with the second man because he activated every familiar wound she'd carried since childhood. She interpreted that activation as attraction. Ladies, sometimes butterflies aren't the sign that you found your soulmate. Sometimes they're a sign that you found another lesson. Butterflies are not commitment. Butterflies are information. This is exactly why going slow matters, because time reveals things chemistry hides. Point number 3, time doesn't create character. Time reveals it. Women often tell me, but what if I wait and waste my time? And my answer is always the same. You're not waiting. You're observing. Imagine buying a house after seeing it once. Nobody would do that. You'd inspect it, visit it again, check the foundations, check the roof, check the paperwork. Yet women routinely hand over their hearts after 3 great conversations and a few good dates. The purpose of time isn't to make him commit. The purpose of time is to reveal whether he is capable of commitment. Can he keep his word? Can he handle disappointment? Can he repair conflict? Can he be consistent when life gets difficult? Can he maintain effort when the novelty wears off? Only time can answer those questions, because character cannot be observed in a moment. It is revealed through patterns. Time does not create character, it reveals character. And the final lesson is the one that changes everything, because the women who get hurt the most aren't usually the women who move fast physically. They're the ones who move fast emotionally. Point number 4, slow women observe, fast women attach. This is where everything changes. Going slow has very little to do with how many dates you've had, how many texts you've exchanged, or even when you became intimate. Going slow is about remaining in observation mode. Fast women attach, slow women observe. A woman in observation mode says, "That's interesting." A woman in attachment mode says, "Let me explain that away." He disappears for a week. She says, "He's probably busy." He still has dating apps. She says, "We're not official." He tells her he doesn't want commitment, and she says, "He's just scared." Do you see what's happening? She is no longer gathering data. She is protecting a fantasy. And the moment you start explaining a man's behavior more than he's explaining it himself, you stop dating. You've started attaching. And attachment without evidence is one of the fastest way to break your own heart. The woman who wins in dating is not the woman who attaches first. She's the woman who observes longest. Most dating advice teaches women to go slow so the man doesn't lose interest. I disagree. You should go slow so you don't lose objectivity, because the biggest danger in dating isn't that he won't choose you. The biggest danger is that you'll choose him before you've gathered enough evidence. The women who get commitment fastest are rarely chasing it. They're observing, evaluating, watching, listening, and allowing a man enough time to reveal who he really is. Because when you see clearly, you stop wasting years on men who were never capable of giving you what you wanted in the first place. And if you ever found yourself wanting the man who doesn't want you while overlooking the man who does, watch this video next. I'll see you there.